To some degree, we've already discussed the revision tracking capabilities of the software, and that revision, the ability to create new revisions and track old revisions, is something that's limited to the cloud-based premium version of our software. And you saw before that simply you could go to study data and go to the revisions, and it'll give you the revision history. Or if you're on a worksheet, you can also go to premium tools and go to the revision manager. So now in this case, the software has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 versions of the study, and it has it is tracking all of them. It contains that JSON object from Rev 0, Rev 1, Rev 2, Rev 3, Rev 4. You can go back and make modifications. There are a lot of things that you could do to those old revisions of the studies to make sure that you never lose the old data. And when you keep everything evergreen, you still have the ability to track back. So looking at the revision history tab, you can click on plus to create a new revision. When you do that, all of the information that was in the working copy of the study is now locked, and you create a new working version. So if I were to create a revision 5, everything that is currently in the study would be locked, and then when I make changes, it would be to the incomplete, untracked working copy of the software. Well, I'm not going to do that right now. I'm going to show you some of the other features. So you also have the ability here to be able to look at an old version of the software. So you can pick an old version. So if I wanted to look at Rev 1, I can do that, and now it's going to allow me to view the data that was available from the Revision 1 version of the study. Now, I'm looking around in the first version of the study. I also have the ability to go back to the current version of the study, and that would be the icon with the eye with the line through it. So now that's bringing me back to whatever the current working version of the software is. So at that point in time, it's tracking to the working version and whichever one you just opened up. I also have the ability to edit the information for a study. So if I went here, I can edit the information. Instead of just calling it 4, I can call it Rev 4, hit update. And then in there, I also, if you saw, I also had the ability to do approvals on the revision and make updates and so on. You also have the ability to copy a version of the study, and so when I copy a study, I select the study and I hit the copy button. Now what happens, you'll see down in the bottom that it created a new version of the study and placed it in the study list. It didn't create a new revision inside the study. It just created a separate one. So if I go back out to the study list, you'll see that I exported the different revisions. I think in that case it was Rev 3 that I exported. I exported Rev 1 earlier. So a lot of power in the copy functionality to basically take one of the revisions inside the study, bring it back out as its own separate project. And then you would have the ability also to delete. So if I didn't want this 4th revision anymore, I could simply go to the delete button and make that version go away. So you always have the ability to bring old versions back to life, to view old versions, and it's a great tool that allows you to track how that HAZOP has progressed through the different stages in the plant.